Oh, hi, come in.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Cassie?
Good. You said you needed to see me?
Yes, I did. Why don't you take a seat?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming and meeting with me today.
Yeah, of course. What are we meeting about?
Actually, we have to discuss your performance over the last year. How do you think your performance has been, and what do you think you could improve on?
I think my performance over the last year has been adequate, if not a little bit above so. I don't mean to sound entitled or anything like that, but we've definitely been improving efficiency, and I definitely think there are things we can work on, like deadline management, in terms of planning out deadlines so that we're not so overwhelmed, or especially I'm a little overwhelmed, but I think it was a good year.
That's great. I'm glad. Well, I like the fact that you mentioned those deadlines because that's something we could put into effect here at the workplace. But unfortunately, in order to put that into effect, you would need to be here on time, and there's kind of been an issue regarding the tardiness. Currently, you've met all of your performance goals, and due to your dedication, we've had an increase in federal grants amounting to 18%, which is amazing. You've been such an asset to the company, and we very much appreciate the work that you've put in. It's just the tardiness that we need to work on. You've been an hour tardy to your scheduled shift on 3 separate occasions, which is piled up over the year. One of these tardies has resulted in the delay of a submission of an extremely important grant application. Would you please explain the reason behind the tardiness, or?
Yes, so that day that happened, I had to drop my children off at daycare later because the woman who ran the daycare wasn't there. And I do apologize for the delay, but I don't think, aside from that one instance, it's really had an impact on the workplace, nor do I think, it matters, because obviously this is a scheduled shift and whatnot, but I believe, aside from those 3 instances, I was able to, and perfectly capable of maintaining what's required of me.
So why were you late for the other 2 instances?
Traffic, for one. There was a bad accident on the freeway a couple months ago, and for the other instance, it was the babysitter again.
I see. Well, you've increased performance, and we uphold our employees to our particular standard. So I understand the life happens, and people are late and traffic happens, but there isn't an open line of communication, so it's difficult for us to understand what's going on, or if you're going to show up to work today, because of the large amount of time you are late. Instead of it being like 15 minutes, it's kind of an hour, so we need to work on that. We also have a maximum of 3 tardies before you get a meeting like this, so therefore we would need to see what else we could do to minimize those issues. The reasons behind our rules may not be clear, but the tardy policy has a direct impact on the workplace and each individual's ability to perform well at the organization. One person being tardy you may not think that one person being tardy will affect the organization, but it does, because it makes other people have to take on the work that you were supposed to be working on, and it affects the workload that they already have, as well as allowing other employees to possibly slack off because they see that you are late, so why shouldn't they be able to be late? We actually have a time off policy where you could call ahead and let us know what's going on, or at least let us know that you're going to be late or that you are not coming in for the day. This directly impacts the grants that we work on because that they're time sensitive. In order to work towards a solution to be, for you to continue to become a productive employee, how do you think we could do that?
Definitely the lines of open communication. I know that we have the policies in place. I just think it's easier to notify. I think that was the main problem with last grant. While I understand where the company's coming from, and I'll definitely try to make sure I minimize, if not obliterate, the rest of any instances that would happen in the future. I just think it's the main thing is the communication aspect of it. I to understand the productivity issue. I didn't realize I was important to the work environment in that sense, because I feel like you just do your work and then you leave. But are there any suggestions you have that?
Well, I feel like you've been an asset to the company, and I'm sorry that you haven't realized how much we appreciate the work that you've put in. But I agree. I feel like the communication would be the best option. We just need people to be reliable. That is our main issue because of the time-sensitive nature of the grants. We can't have people willy-nilly doing what they want to do because then the grants are not on schedule. We can do a quarterly check to ensure that you're maintaining communication and following the proper procedures for tardiness or even absences. How do you feel about that?
Definitely. The next quarter, or this quarter, is about to end, so October 1st would be a good meeting time for you?
Yeah, that's perfect. I can squeeze you in at 10 a.m.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, have a nice day.
You too.